That forest right outside of town, it belongs to someone on Wall Street. It's an unlikely investment that's just taken off during the pandemic. More people are stuck at home, they're bored, so they're doing more DIY projects, buying wood for home improvement. Suppliers, though, have had a hard time keeping up with all that demand, and it means that lumber prices have more than doubled over the past year. Behind those trees are increasingly asset managers. They're suit and tie types you might associate more with a hedge fund than cedar or pine.
So my background is in the finance sector. I came through I started my career as an investment banker, and then got into real assets through investing in renewables and renewable technology. And forestry and renewables certainly they interlink well, because forests tend to be on high areas or upland areas, which is also has an opportunity for duality of use. So that was really the transition into the forestry sector.
In the UK, Gresham House is the largest commercial forestry manager. They own enough woodland that it would completely cover LA, with more than enough left over to fill DC. So if you find yourself wandering around the Scottish countryside, one of their investments might be giving you shade. For many managers, this is partially a bet on the environment, that more corporations want to offset their footprint, so they want to buy up credits for carbon-absorbing trees. Now, for the trees that are cut down, they can be used to build houses for the ever-growing population, and the material is more sustainable than something like concrete or steel. There are skeptics who ask how good of an ESG investment this really is. Trees take a very long time to grow, and they're grown ultimately to be cut down. And how much are you really helping the environment if you invest in a forest that was already there? Ollie Hughes of Gresham House says there's an equilibrium that you need to reach.
We've got to work on, and what we've got to think through, is the balance between forestry for the purposes of the delivery of construction materials and transitions to a decarbonised economy, replacing concrete and steel, as discussed, on one angle, and then on the other angle is looking at it as a form of carbon sequestration and a carbon sink. And we've got to make sure that we balance those two.
There are other reasons that investors like trees as well. For one, it doesn't act like any other asset class, and you can wait until prices are at their highest before you cut down the tree and sell it. So ultimately, it's a bet that money can grow on trees.